Have you ever walked through a place that felt like your own mind? A place with long halls and closed doors. Today's story will take you there. Stay with us until the end. Adam was a quiet man. He worked in a small office in the city. Every day looked the same. Wake up. Work, sleep, repeat. But one night, everything changed. Adam could not sleep. His mind felt heavy. He closed his eyes and tried to relax. Suddenly, he felt like he was falling. When he opened his eyes again, he was standing in a long corridor. The walls were dark. The air was cold. There were doors on both sides. Some doors were open. Some were closed. Some had locks on them. Adam did not know where he was. He looked around. There was no one else. Only silence. He took a small step forward. The floor made a soft sound under his feet. He walked to the first door. It was slightly open. Adam pushed it gently. Inside, he saw a small boy sitting alone. The boy was crying. Adam recognized him. It was himself. Many years ago. He remembered this day. It was the day his parents argued loudly, and young Adam hid under his bed. Adam felt a strange pain in his chest. He had forgotten this memory, but it was still there, hidden deep inside him. He closed the door slowly and continued walking. The corridor became darker. Adam felt afraid, but something pushed him to keep going. He reached another door. This one had a strong lock. He touched the lock, and it suddenly broke. The door opened by itself. Inside this room, Adam saw himself standing in front of a mirror. But the reflection was different. It looked angry and tired. This was the part of him that felt stress every day. The part that worked too much and rested too little. The reflection looked at Adam and said nothing. It just stared. Adam stepped back. His heart was beating fast. He whispered, "Is this really me?" He turned around and walked further into the corridor. The walls began to glow faintly. He saw a door with light coming from under it. This door felt different. It felt warm. Adam opened it slowly. Inside, he saw a memory of his mother. She was smiling at him, holding his hand. This was from his childhood, a happy day at the park. Adam smiled too. For a moment, he forgot about the dark corridor. He felt safe. But then, the light began to fade. The room grew cold again. Adam stepped back into the corridor. He understood something important. His mind was not just full of fear and pain. It also held love, comfort, and good memories. Both existed together. He kept walking. The corridor seemed endless. Doors appeared one after another. Some doors showed his fears. Other doors showed his dreams. One door showed Adam standing on a stage speaking confidently to a crowd. Another door showed him hiding from people, afraid to speak at all. Adam realized this place was not just a dream. It was a map of his own mind. Every corner, every door, every shadow represented a part of him. Suddenly, Adam heard a voice. It was soft but clear. "Why are you here, Adam?" Adam turned around. There was no one. But the voice continued. "This is your mind. These corridors are made by your thoughts. Every door you open shows a part of your life." Adam asked, "How do I leave this place?" The voice replied, "You don't need to leave. You need to understand. Fear lives here, so does hope. Pain lives here, so does peace. You decide which doors to open again and again." Adam looked around. The corridor did not feel as scary as before. He understood that this darkness was not his enemy. It was simply unknown. And unknown things often feel frightening, until we understand them. He walked toward the end of the corridor. There was a final door, bigger than the rest. It had soft light shining through the edges. Adam reached out and opened it. Bright light filled his eyes. When he opened them again, he was lying in his bed. Morning light came through the window. Birds were singing outside. Adam sat up slowly. He felt different, calmer, lighter. The dream felt so real, but he was awake now, safe in his room. That day, Adam looked at his life differently. He started taking small breaks at work. He called his mother and talked with her for a long time. He began writing his thoughts in a notebook every night before sleeping. Weeks passed. Adam noticed something interesting. He felt less stressed. He smiled more often. He understood that everyone carries their own dark corridors inside their mind. But everyone also carries light, memories, and hope. One evening, Adam sat by his window, watching the sunset. He thought about that strange night. Maybe it was just a dream. Or maybe his mind was trying to teach him something important. He whispered to himself, "The mind has many rooms. Some are dark, some are bright, but all of them are part of me." From that day, Adam learned to face his fears slowly, one door at a time. He learned that understanding yourself is not always comfortable, but it is always worth it. And maybe, just like Adam, all of us have our own dark corridors. The question is, are we brave enough to open the door and look inside? Thank you for listening to this story.